In today's video, we're going to learn about the row and column widgets in Flutter. First, let's remove the comments and the default code so that we can start from scratch. Now, our aim is to create a layout that is similar to this screenshot. We have one text that is centered and is part of a column. Under the theme, let's define another parameter called home and define a new scaffold. Let's define a new app bar. I'm going to give it a new text of row column demo. You can give any text you want. Remember, this text will be present on the bar on the top of the application. Under the app bar, we have a body. Now let's go ahead and create a new container. The container can have only one child. We are going to define a new center widget. Again, the center can have only one child. We are going to define a new column. But the column widget can have many children. Each child will be treated as a row. In our example, we have only one row, which is a text. So let's go ahead and define the text and give the content within the double quotes. Go ahead and run your application and you should see the desired result. But as you can see, the text is stuck to the app bar. So let's go ahead and give some padding to the text. Doing this is pretty simple. Click on Flutter outline, which is present in the right bar. As you can see, we have a container under which we have a center widget, under which we have a column, under which we have a text. Select the text and click on the padding button, which is present on the top. Now this will surround your text widget with the padding widget and give it a padding of 8 on all sides. If you do not want padding on all sides, change the edge insets.all to edge insets.from LTRB, which stands for left, top, right and bottom. You need to give 4 values as parameters. Since we want padding only on the top, we're going to give 0 for everything else and give 20 for top. Let's click on instant run. Now, as you can see, there's padding on top of the text. Now this was basically one row in the column. Let's create another similar row in the same column. Now, what if you want multiple columns in the same row? For this, you need to create the row widget. Now, every child present under the row widget will be treated as a column. I know this sounds very confusing, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it by the end of this video. Now, let's create 2 columns that consists of 2 texts under this row. When you run it, you can see that we have the desired result, but not quite. To center it, before declaring the children, you need to create a parameter called main axis alignment and set it to center. When you run this, voila, your row is centered. Let's give this row some padding. Do the same thing that we did for the other 2 rows. Now, let's create a row which contains a column, which in turn contains 3 other rows. Let us first center it. The children of the column will be 3 texts. The first text will be row 1 column 1, the second text will be row 2 column 1 and the third will be row 3 column 1. Let's create another similar column to the same row. Let's give both these columns some padding. Let's create another similar column and change the text. Create another column with similar text, and now you have one row with 3 columns which in turn have 3 rows each. Rows and columns are a very integral part of Flutter. It is very important to learn the basics before continuing further. Like and subscribe for more on-point videos just like this one. I have provided the link of the code in the description below.